Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Tuesday, January 5th, 2016. Ra and Black Wolf here in the Lynn-Life, Betty Jean in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic, and most of us in the physical dimension. We've been working today with the concept of teamwork and defining ourselves as members of the team. We've been having issues with input from presences in the spirit world who are angry bigots. And we believe that those two topics are going to interact in some way in the videoed portions of today's efforts, but we could have that wrong. As always, the foundational intention is to do what is ours to do to manifest the divine plan, the particular assignment for the Search for Truth community being to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. It seems possible that there is now some cachet to defining oneself as a member of this team.
That's true.
And that this angry, unpleasant member of the viewing audience has a pin that says he's a team member.
That's true. On his lapel.
On his lapel. We don't know this guy
No.
other than our interactions with him today, which have been pretty consistently unpleasant.
That's true.
He's got a bad attitude. He's an arrogant bigot as best we can tell.
That's true.
Probably thinks he's God. That's what these presences usually think. And he probably has not yet once put his own channels up and looked up. Maybe we start to define team awakening by our actions. Actions speak louder than words. Team awakening members have to at least be intending to get their channels up. Team awakening members have to at least be intending to do the work as assigned by Wiser Minds Above to specifications in every moment. And if we don't have our intuitive channels up to Wiser Minds Above, it seems unlikely we'll be able to do the work to their specifications.
That's true.
That presence's channels are creaky. I asked to be shown what would happen if he tried to put his channels up, and they're just creaky. They've grown down. That's the godlike look of energy channels. Never looking up, forgetting to look up. But now, how do we get rid of these people who are so unpleasant?
I know what I would like to do.
Yes.
A good old-fashioned up-and-out feeling. That feeling.
We have to just stretch longer because we can't let go of our digging down for truth which propels all of us forward on our soul plans.
That's true.
What do I know? I know that we've been engaging in these same repetitive, basic conversations for a year and a half now.
That's true.
With one viewing audience after another, and each viewing audience considers themselves very important, and they're always making the same basic foundational errors that all the previous viewing audiences also made.
That's true.
We're not confused about this. We know that it's all broken. Somebody upstairs must be asking for another lesson in that, and we would simply refer you to the experiments that have been conducted quite thoroughly for the past 18 months. Maybe more like for the past 10 years.
That's true.
Maybe more like for the past 20 years. Perhaps for the past 26 years.
That's true. Perhaps since the start of the Industrial Revolution in some form or another.
Well, that's been coming up too, but
right.
I think that's about the nature. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know that it's very important, and I'm not sure how or why.
What do I know? I know that bigotry has been a big topic over the months and in today's work as well.
That's true.
And that we see how all categories of sentience can have bigotry, and that bigotry is based on definitions of self,
That's true.
If we define ourselves as members of one community, we find ourselves bigoted against members of other communities. College sports shows this. The Gators hate the Seminoles.
That's true.
Even though they might be next door neighbors and be excellent friends.
That's true.
If we define ourselves as neighbors, we feel friendly toward those people. If we define ourselves as Gators and Seminoles, then we don't feel the same.
That's true.
Here in this Search for Truth community, when we define ourselves as members of this interdimensional team, we feel a strong esprit de corps.
That's true.
But when we define ourselves as members of our communities of origin, then divisiveness comes up almost right away.
That's
Nature
true.
realms presences seem to have as big or bigger doses of bigotry than the rest of the presences, but they don't have a corner on the market.
No.
Bigotry is alive and well in all aspects of sentience. Me and people like me matter most. Now, of course, we're working through this with this tuning to the new programs that the needs of the greater good, in fact, are what matter most, that they matter more than the needs of any individual or group. Maybe we just tune to that right now, and we tune all the way up and down the pillar, and so we say to our viewing audiences upstairs, if you are viewing, we invite you and strongly invite you to participate in these tuning exercises. And if you're not willing to participate in the exercises, then we really would ask that you find something else to do with your time. Go away. Go
You're not
away and leave
welcome
us
here.
alone. This is not a spectator sport.
No.
A search for truth, a team effort to manifest the divine plan is not a spectator sport. You are welcome to join. All are welcome to join in the work, but not welcome to eat popcorn and observe. Is the jerk still here? Do you feel any difference? I think he's still here.
No, I don't feel any difference.
I don't feel any difference. Go away. Join in the efforts or leave. Go away. You aren't welcome. Go away. You're hindering a project of spirit. You're creating divisiveness in a project of spirit. Go away.
A few days ago, we were asking what should we do about that collection of fantasy addicts that are living in the top of thing 1.
Yeah.
And we came to the point of realizing that we had tried saying over and over again, you can't stay there, you can't stay there, you have to come down through the portal of peace, you have to come down through the portal of peace, and it wasn't working. And then it occurred to us to try saying,
you can't come through the
you
portal
can't
of
come
peace.
through the portal of peace. You can't come through the portal of peace.
Oppositional defiant disorder
That's true.
is a challenge to work with.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't
I
think
don't know.
this is ours
It's not
to
the
do.
same circumstance.
It's not
I
the
just
same
know that that's what's coming
circumstance.
to me right now, and I don't know how it's related.
Maybe your attention is brought to thing 1 because these presences who are breathing their bad breath into the search for truth pillar should be breathing over there.
It could be.
I don't know.
What I know is, I know the feeling they were feeling when you were saying, go away, this is body snatching, what you're doing is inappropriate.
Yes, they were saying, you can't make me.
Right, it felt kind of like the rapist feeling of, I'm going to do this just because you don't want me to do this, and you can't stop me,
Well,
and I like it.
Maybe what we do is just separate, do a really good, like a closing process between us and thing 1. Really separate.
That feels
because
good.
the energy
It's
gets
yucky.
commingled because we're sending soul energy over there and then they're coming back here and we're sending it back, and there's a lot of weaving happening, and this energy actually feels a lot like thing 1's energy.
Oh,
and
that's
like does
true.
attract, like it isn't thing 1, but they have similar issues.
That's
That
true.
presence has similar issues to thing 1. So I think we say, I think I know who you're looking for. It's right next door.
That's true.
And separate those who most intend to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan to the central axis of the Search for Truth pillar. Those who least intend to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan to the still point of thing 1. I'm just going to live stream up to the highest, higher soul of Team Awakening, who's ready, willing, and able to help us right now, and ask that presence to remove these recalcitrant and obstructionist viewers from the Search for Truth airspace, to remove them. Let's see what happens. Waving the learner's permit, asking for help. Make it right. Make it right. Make it right.